Hello, everybody. This is quite a view, and if you hear the sound, I'm recording this with my phone, obviously. You know that I'm in a church, but you can see it as well. Here behind me is the organ in Leuven, St. Michael's Church. And I'm making this video. You have seen playing me before here on this organ. There's the keyboard and it's the organ. Here's the church. It's an unbelievable, beautiful church. But I have some, this summer I was not as active on YouTube as I used to be. I'm very happy that you enjoyed the organ recordings that I shared with you from, quite a while ago. But there are all kinds of things happening. And as promised in my last introduction with the concert in Münster in Germany that I played, there is a lot going on behind the scenes, so to say. So in my daily life as a musician, and a kind of small entrepreneur as well. The book project, bringing together everything around the temporary construction that Lorenz Guardian and I are doing, and Lorenz especially for 40 years now. But I'm intensively involved for the past 4 or 5 years, but especially 3 years, I would say. So we're writing like crazy on the book. There will be a 750-page book. It's incredible, and we have to see how to manage that. There is a small team working on the translation, on the copy editing. We're starting out the layout of the book and see how to print it, promote it, and sell it, etc. That's a huge project. But here in Leuven, where I am now, this is an exciting project as well. Let me just hold my phone like that. It's pretty scary if you would know how high it is that I'm holding you now. At least if I pretend that the phone is now you. But anyways, there is this organ is almost finished. And then will be an inauguration concert at 29 and 30 of September. So it's for public, for those of you living in Belgium or Netherlands or Germany, not so far away. Come to Leuven and you hear me play with at 29th. It's my concert together with Bernard Foucault. I'm playing the Bach Passacaglia again because everybody wants to hear it live. It's a fascinating piece. I'm not hesitant to do that. And I'm playing 4 of the 6 Schubert choral, which I don't tell anyone, kind of regret because they are really difficult. But no, I'm partly kidding. They are technically really challenging because those are not digressing on Schubert chorale, chorals. Bach transcribe. Those are Bach's transcriptions of some of his cantate movements, and they are pretty difficult on organ, but they sound amazing. So 29th of September, 8 o'clock. You just have to send an email to info@consciousfoundation.org and your name will be added to the list. More and more COVID restrictions are lifted now, so we hope to have even more than 100, maybe 200 people in the church, or even more. Anyways, so this project that is not just an organ project, it's leading up to, you know, an organization that actually also puts this organ in the center of projects like instrumental music of Bach and contemporaries with this organ, project of ensembles to practice here, to record, to just be creative with this organ and this newly built gallery where it is built on. It's a unique situation. This will lead up to the festival next year in July, 1st to 7th July 22, where we will have a first, Bach Conscious Festival with organ music and also master classes. I will be playing the clavichord, by the way, because we are also incorporating keyboards and more in the future. So we're actually kind of startup event, or event is not the right word, but kind of organization, festival organization, and there will be all sorts of activities throughout the year, but that's all to be developed. The reason I'm making this video is not to update you about the book and about what I'm doing right now, partly because that would be a very long video. And as promised, I will update you in the coming weeks and months more and more about what's all going on. But I'm proud to say to you that since this week, actually since yesterday officially, I'm appointed for 5 years here officially as the organist titular, how do you say that in English? of this organ for the Conscious Foundation. That's for the secular service of this organ that has, of course, obviously also an important religious service here. For that reason, David Byrne, professor musicology, is appointed, professor in Leuven here, is appointed organist for the all the activities that the organ is involved in concerning the church and the religion here and the masses and so on. But I will be for the next 5 years to start, so to say, the caretaker of this organ. Doesn't mean that I have any influence here, who's going to play and not. From the start of this project, that's some years ago, my personal goal was always to diminish the influence of the organist and create a team of people that actually take care of the exploitation of the organ. I'm of course part of that, but just a part of that. And this gives, I think, a very, very healthy, but also very promising, this is a promising setting in a way that with the fabulous team that we have now around this project, this organ, for the future years and much longer, I think that I will be involved here, can support and be the center of a project and projects that bring together people, let them experience the beauty of the room and this instrument, which is really fabulous, be inspired by it, by doing crazy things sometimes, playing Bach cantatas, playing Bach's music, later music, older music with this organ as a continual instrument, and even do experimental music or modern music or new music. I mean, the organ is there. It's just so amazing that with this team and that instrument in this church, with also a church council that is really so supportive, this project has everything just to become on long term a really maybe influential, but certainly a kind of unique project, and will have a unique position for sure. So part of the reason that this summer I just hadn't time to continue my, 2 videos a week that we had scheduled was also this project. You can imagine the preparations and the meetings and all kinds of stuff that is involved in just making this happen. And being given this position here right now, these titles, if you want, is something that, of course, I'm really, really proud of, but it doesn't fall from the sky. It's, for me personally, over 15 years of quite heavily being involved in this project, which, this project was set up right before the financial crisis in 2008. So you can only imagine what an impact such a global crisis, financial crisis, had on a privately sponsored organ like this. So from that moment over the COVID and Corona times, where we're still partly in, you can only imagine, I think, how many, little struggles here and there and bigger struggles we had to overcome. So I was on every roadblock that was there. I was there to help solve it and just to persist in building this instrument. The instrument, by the way, is built by a joint venture, kind of joint venture of Plantrop and Joris Potvliegen. But Joris Potvliegen finished the third phase and also the voicing. He's now coming this afternoon also to continue his work. It's in an advanced stage, but an instrument like that needs, to be developed. It's not just finish it and then it's done. It needs to be actually tailor-made to this beautiful room. It's really an organ acoustic right now. It doesn't mean that it was an easy job to get this organ in, to sound as it does, but that's for another time. And yeah, that's part of the reason again that I was a little more absent this summer. So about the book, I will be update you updating you more in the near future. I cannot promise when and how much. The YouTube needs to be, I want to reinvent our YouTube channel a little bit. We will be focusing on tempo research, of course, more perhaps more and more focused to the release, towards the release of the new book, because that will be a major event in our life. I count you to be part of that as well. Um, but right now, I also have the plans, and I will share some more information when I can show it to you. You know, I'm I struggle a little bit, if not a lot, with production room, like a room, a dedicated room where I can just produce videos for you, informational videos, but also videos where um, I can prepare a little bit more on my, I live in a beautiful room, a house with a room dedicated to music almost, but it's also our living room. It just happened to grow like that. There was just a piano in the room, the organ was in the room, but then became YouTube a thing. And so I started to make recordings. And so we come to a moment, a situation where if I want to make more content for you, but also interact more in potential live streams, or the ideas there of just having a podcast with in a format that I will update you about when it's time to update, then I really need a room, a dedicated room for this. And so our house is full of children and a dog and cats. I'm just kidding. We have a very open house with open spaces, which is wonderful, but not so wonderful if you want to make a video. So um, I am thinking, and it will happen, to just convert one of the rooms, spare rooms at my mother's place, into a room where I can just work and at any moment of the day. There can also be the clavichord taken, and that gives me the room to also make videos at the clavichord talking about historical fingerings, implications of that. That's something that I dream about for a long time, to make also courses around that in different, levels, entry level, but also very, very specific, bring people together also in live interaction, like a group of students, if you will, that we could meet there once a week for 8 weeks to finish a program. Such crazy things would be possible. They're much easier than in my place. And so when that's a success story, this new room, then I will be making more videos again. But still, the book is there in priority number one, as is this project. So you have to be a little, you have to give me a little bit room and be a little bit patient to what will happen in the coming weeks and months. You can imagine that just this position here now, I mean, it, it, it was of course awaited and expected, but now that the contract has been signed, that's a different situation. It comes with responsibility, and it's just not only a responsibility that I need and want to take. It's just such an exciting project. Also, my colleague here, which I'm developing this project together with, is just so exciting to work together. It's you can imagine that. So I'll have to find my balance, refine my balance a little bit in the future, but it will come. Just wanted to give you this video, this message to let you know that everything is okay, and that I know I can I can realize very well how it feels when you're not on the other side of the camera. A lot of things, fascinating things are ongoing here, are happening, and I can just not share it enough with you. And if I don't share it with you, you don't know about it. So that needs to be fixed, but we're working on that. So today I'm going to practice a little bit here. Also prepare my meeting with Joris. We have actually a kind of meeting here to show, or to check, to just talk together about what my impressions are and some details. And so we go over that. It's a very nice collaboration also. You're just really unbelievable. Uh, how do you say that, craftsmen. And we know each other for a while. He built my clavichord, and so we speak each other's language, and that's a unique situation as well. And this afternoon, yeah, that's my afternoon job today. But first, I'm going to practice. So I am regularly recording some practicing sessions here with this phone and share that on Patreon. So if you want to get access to those, um, the link is in the description box. And I appreciate every one of you coming there, even clicking. And I have to update my Patreon page as well. Don't. That's a little secret, but it's a need for update as well. So if you just come there just to see what it is, if it's something for you, I would appreciate that already, because the patrons are making more possible than you might imagine. They are supporting me not only financially, but they are such a strong signal to me, like, Wim, you have to continue with what you're doing on the temple side and reconstruction and Beethoven and Chopin, whatever. So this project just is added to that one. Happy that I made this update for you. So without further ado, I'm going to practice here, and let me know in the comment boxes what questions do you have, what update videos would you like me to make, um, so that we can interact a little bit more. I can also sometimes use the YouTube community post, but I'm not sure if that's something really that people really watch or appreciate even to get in their feed. Um, just let me know. Okay, guys, we stay in touch, and a little bit more perhaps in the coming weeks, but again, give me a little time. I won't go anywhere else than here on YouTube, because this project is really close to my heart as it is to yours. Okay. Stay healthy in these post, hopefully, COVID times, though we don't know what will happen. And we see each other very soon again.